Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is October 1st, 2021, and Bitcoin is looking extremely bullish. Okay, we put this Wyckoff accumulation chart on, or this Wyckoff accumulation sort of markup, and the price action followed it to a T. We called the spring at around the low at 39.6, I believe it was, let's say 40K. And since then, we've had very strong price action. I want to draw your attention to the character of the price action. You see these green candles and no red around, right? That isn't a usual thing. You usually don't see that much imbalance. That's imbalance. That's imbalance. It's only buyers, no sellers, okay? That means that the character of the price action is extremely strong to the upward side, right? And here you have it again, really strong green, long, bullish candles. Now, I do foresee a retracement down back here, at least to the top of the range, where we can get a retest of this breakout. It's unlikely that price action comes all the way back down and rebalances this imbalance. But when you're in a bull trend, when you're running parabolically or you're preparing to run parabolically, you create imbalance. And that's what the bear markets are for. Bear markets are for redressing imbalance. So when you see this happen, big green candles and no red candles kind of balancing it out, you know that something's up. Either price action is going to come back, retest, or give sellers an opportunity to sell at these levels, or it's gone, and that's not going to happen until the bear market, which I believe the latter is happening right before our eyes. Now, Bitcoin just printed this huge green candle, and it's a 5-minute candle. We can go on the 5-minute chart, and we can see this is a huge candle, right? We're finally getting a bit of consolidation. But yesterday, in yesterday's episode, I said that there was strong resistance here at the top of the range at 45K. We did get a little bit of consolidation here, but it didn't take us long at all. We only took, let's say, about 3 hours to consolidate and just bust through. So, this is just the nature of Bitcoin right now. It is extremely bullish. So it's a great time to go long on Bitcoin, not financial advice. Obviously, Bitcoin and by proxy, the rest of the market, most of the market is going to be green from now on, at least until the immediate short term, I think, and the medium short term, we're in a full-on bull mode. We've been in consolidation. We've been in kind of a choppy sideways market for some time, but I think that's over. And it's kind of interesting that October 1st, literally, I think that big green bull candle hit at around 6 a.m., almost on the dot. 6 a.m. So for those of you who don't believe in the idea of market makers, at 6 a.m., somebody put in an order, and it was one order. Look at that volume candle to send Bitcoin through this accumulation range. You don't think they have that same range on their charts? You don't think that? Do you understand? This is, again, there's no reason why Bitcoin should be bearish every September and bullish every October. There's absolutely no reason, mathematically speaking, looking at the halving cycles. However, that's the case. Again, there is manipulation, but at the same time, we are our markets, right? The markets are nothing but a reflection of the zeitgeist, of the collective consciousness, and our patterns of greed and fear. So if everybody's saying that September is going to be bearish and October is going to be bullish, that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. charting is just a reflection of that sentiment, okay, of everybody's sentiment of buying patterns. But the retail market does not control this market. You only have a small percentage. I don't know exactly what it is. If you know, leave it in the comments below. But retail only comprises a small percentage of the price action, of the buying action on Bitcoin and the entire market. Most of the buying pressure and the selling pressure is institutional. Okay, so that's why they're market movers. Not that retail has nothing to do with it, but you see a strong green candle taking us through an important range of resistance. So important that 3 episodes ago, I said that if we breach 45K, the party starts. That happened at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what that is in GMT. That's probably, I want to say, the UK is 5 or 6 hours ahead of us. That may literally be the turn of the beginning to the second or to the minute of October in the UK. And I know Greenwich Meridian Time is kind of like the nexus point. You know, that's 00. That's the center. That's where we sort of centralize our time zones, right? Anyway, conspiracy theory aside, there are market makers. That's why Wyckoff makes sense. That's why Wyckoff still works after a century. So, I mean, if this is interesting to you, I do encourage you to look it up further. You know, Google it. It doesn't take long to learn about. But you can start applying it to your charts. And if you see those patterns play out, then you can go buy them. And they're really useful. As you can see, you know, we called the spring and boom, we started getting volume to the buy side, right? Because we had decreasing volume, decreasing buying pressure. And then all of a sudden, once we leave the range, once we head up towards the upper limit of the range, we start getting huge volume, right? So that's Wyckoff in action. That's textbook Wyckoff accumulation. Textbook. Okay. So right now, I'm going to tell you why I'm still in my Litecoin trade and I'm not necessarily going to trade Bitcoin. All right. Now that we have our run, now that it's highly likely that the bullish scenario is playing out, that we're going to begin our third Elliot Wave, which is the most impulsive, which is the most sort of usually the longest and the strongest wave, I'm going to show you why, even though most of retail is going to FOMO into Bitcoin now that they see the prices running, I'm going to show you why I'm not necessarily going to do that, and I'm going to trade altcoins, specifically Litecoin. All right, let's zoom into zoom out to the 4-day. Let's erase actually, let's just leave that. Let me leave that. And let's draw out, oh no, what am I doing? Let's draw out our Elliott Wave count for Bitcoin. All right, 3 is going to be up here, something like that. I got to make it, got to lengthen it. So now let's measure it using the fib. Let's pull our fibs from the 1. Okay, so from the 1 wave pulled down, if the asset is extremely bullish, it's going to the 2. So we should expect Bitcoin to go all the way up to 95K, thereabouts, right? That is, I'm like looking at it, trying to see if is that correct. It looks like it, right? So we pulled the 1 wave all the way down, and now the 4 correction would be simple by the law of alternation because our 2 correction was really complex, and the 2 correction usually just corrects 22.8%. So that's a 22.8% correction. So we should see it that thereabouts. And then we should have the 5 wave go up to, let's pull it back again, the 1.618 of the 4. So the inverse 1.618 of the 4. So we should have our 5 wave go to 109. That's what it looks like. Yeah. 109. So that's my prediction right there. So our next target for Bitcoin is 95K, right? The third wave, 95K. What's that in percentage terms? Right, from here, that's about 50% increase. Now, let's go to Litecoin, which I'm currently in, and do the same thing for Litecoin, right? So let's pull the fibs. If this is the first wave, we pull the fibs down. Our third wave, if we're extremely bullish, which we are, is going to come all the way to the 2, which is $519, okay? And that would be from here, 68.18%. That's why I'm still in the Litecoin trade. That's why I'm longing Litecoin and not necessarily Bitcoin. So my theory is that given how distressed Litecoin's been, it's going to hit this mark. It's going to be really bullish. And if you're subscribed to the channel, you'll know that I showed that of a lot of different assets, Litecoin's particularly distressed because it's been in this downtrend, this descending wedge, for about 30 days. You know, whereas other assets have been in the downtrend for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. Litecoin's been particularly distressed, and historically speaking, Litecoin always keeps up. It always finds its way back into the top 10. It always gains ground, even though it underperforms through the majority of the bull market. At a certain point in time, it catches up. It's the oldest, most reliable, one of the oldest, most reliable cryptocurrencies. Although, you know, it's not super popular, but you know, I'm trading here and trying to maximize my gains. So that's my call. Let me know what you guys are trading. Let me know what you guys are doing, what you think about this analysis. If you like it, like, subscribe, and share. And I'm interested to know if you guys are going to long Bitcoin, or if you're going to long anything and you don't have any cryptocurrency on the side. Look at the video I'm going to post to the right, to the top right now. And it's basically a guide on how you can onboard fiat, change it into crypto, and send it wherever you want in under an hour. And you can't do that very many places. So I have a guide to that. And if you want to trade crypto, I have links to Phemex and Bybit. You know, support the channel and show some love. But yeah, find your entries if you can. We're extremely bullish, so it's going to be a little difficult to get entries now because things are so bullish. Bitcoin's looking like it's going to come back to retest this 45K level. But once you retest it, I don't see us coming back to this level anytime soon. So, you know, do wait for your retests. Don't FOMO in. Still keep your head about you. Price action still has to follow the basics, even if it leaves some imbalance in its wake. Hope this was helpful. Hope this was useful. And I'll see you guys soon.